So many of us, certainly myself, reach for the cards in difficult times. And I would say that reading the cards for myself has been a huge support for myself in difficult times. And of course, many of my clients will reach out when life is really tough. So it can be a bit scary reading for ourselves or holding a safe space for someone else when we know they're going through a really tough time. So this video is about how to read either for yourself or for someone else in difficult times. Now, I've laid out here, it is a real spread, but I've obviously got the cards face down, my classic 9 card grid, where I choose to do 3 cards for the past, 3 cards for the present, and 3 cards for the future. But of course, you might be working with a 3 card spread where you just have, past, present, future. If you are in a really difficult spot right now, if life is really tough, the cards that really matter are these 3. Because they not only represent the present moment, but I believe they represent advice. What do I need to know about my life at this point? What can I best do right now in my life? What are the top priorities now? The 3 cards for the past, they're really important because they can help you to validate the reading. It is really easy to only rush ahead to the future. That's the bit we all really want to know secretly. But if you rush ahead to the future, you've got no way of knowing the accuracy of that reading. So by focusing on the 3 cards in the past, you can validate how you've got to be here. Just turning them over quickly. And so definitely where I am is a direct result of my divorce. The Queen of Swords can be a single or divorced woman. I'm definitely reaching a new phase of my life. The Two of Wands is about potential, but it's also about anxiety about the future. Notice we have like a wand literally bolted to the wall here. My kids, one is 18 this month, one is, my youngest is 16 this month. I am reaching a new stage of my life. Interestingly, with the lovers the older sort of meaning of this card is choice. And I feel like I haven't had much of a choice for a while, being a single parent. But as my kids reach adulthood and young adulthood, I've got more choice for more potential. That resonates with me. So you can often read these quite quickly and validate that they feel accurate. But these are the 3 that matter. These are the 3 that I can read as practical advice that I can use right now in my life to improve my future. Many years ago now, I did a reading. It was in a workshop. It was a year ahead reading for myself, and it was catastrophically bad. When I got the cards for sort of October, November, December, you think of a bad card, it was there. It was clear that there was going to be some devastating financial news. And what I did, this reading was done in the January, I spent the whole of the year building my business. I updated my website, I introduced my online booking system, and then, sure enough, in the October, our family money dropped quite significantly, and I was able to level up my business very, very quickly. So you need to validate the past so that you know the reading is accurate. But unless you're doing deep personal work, you don't need to spend too long here. Really, the cards for the future are just checking in. Am I on my best path? Am I heading in the direction that I want to go? These 3 are the important ones. And I would even say, if you're reading for yourself regularly and you're getting difficult cards for your future and you really understand and validate your past, forget those 6. Just focus on the what can I do right now to build my best future. And I would say that is a reading I do for myself most days. Turn them over. The King of Wands. King of Wands is about, being seen as an authority, being seen as a visionary. I'm not particularly good at that. It's something I need to do if I'm going to increase my earnings to compensate for lack of maintenance from my the father, the children, and the like. I need to do more of this. I need to acknowledge that I am an expert in tarot, the runes, and Lochside, the shamanic sort of form of Nordic work. So I am sitting with that. I need to be kind to myself. I almost always read strength as being kind to yourself. Here we have the lion representing the things that we don't like about ourselves, and we have the lady here. To me, she is petting the lion. When I look at this lion's physical pose, he is enjoying this. She is comforting him. This is about being kind to yourself, particularly about your weaknesses and the things that you don't like about yourself. And the Four of Wands, celebrate the little wins. And I often think about the Four of Wands as happy home, happy hearth, enjoying my home, celebrating my home, enjoying the stability and the security that I have right now, instead of worrying about what it might look like in 2, 3, 4 months' time. So these are the important cards. If you are getting caught up in worry about your future, you don't even need to read for these. You don't even need to lay them down. By working with these cards, by turning these into bullet points, by turning these into action points, you are definitely going to improve these cards in the future. Because, and I truly and absolutely believe this to be true, the future is not fixed. So by understanding our past, by maximizing the advice that we're offered right now, you are improving your future. We'll have a look. I mean, considering that I am worried about money, the Nine of Pentacles is a great one to have, but it's going to be dependent upon me stepping into my authority. The Ace of Cups is a beautiful one. I have a great relationship with my kids, so, that's nice that that's there. And the Five of Wands, a feeling that I am building something complex. People often mistake this card as a card of conflict. It can be conflict, but it was actually taken from a photograph of some guys erecting a garden building. I interpret this, I was doing this yesterday, as kind of putting together an IKEA flat pack piece of furniture. You always get that moment when it's like, oh my God, is it going to come together? Is it not? You're hopeful, but also not quite certain. This is pulling together lots of things to make a cohesive whole. It's interesting that we've gone, from the 4 to the 5. So a feeling that maybe what has felt stable in the past has to change to allow growth. I can sit with that. But just as, as an example, and I always look at the card at the bottom of the pack as well as kind of an overall advice to systemize. I just think if you are in a difficult space right now, if life is really tough and you are worried that your anxiety about the future is impacting your ability to read with clarity or to have a good relationship with your cards, then focus on what can I do right now, today, this week, this month, to create my best possible future. So I'm going to read for myself for the next week. And when you do this spread, what I would say is look for the positive in every card. Now, I actually have a crib sheet that does this. And what I'm going to do is in the comments, I'm going to put a link to the free crib sheet that you can download. That gives a positive meaning for every card in the deck. So I'm reading for myself. What can I do this week to give me my best possible future? So the Ten of Swords, releasing my mental stress by relaxing my body. So we are now reading these as practical advice. We're getting all the good ones. Death, letting go of things that are not serving me. I really think this is about accepting certain changes in my financial situation and letting them go. Whew, there you go. I wanted to demonstrate how to read positive into negative, and the cards are playing along. If this was a prediction spread, I think many of us would be going, oh God. I mean, if the Tower's at the card at the bottom of the pack, then we've got a full house. It's the High Priestess, so that's good. Practical advice. Release mental stress by relaxing the body. Allow the status quo to change. Acknowledge and accept it was always going to change. And don't over worry and overthink. And with the High Priestess there, it's about taking time for myself. It's about connecting with my spiritual path, my intuition. It's about finding my best way forward with peace, trust, and clarity. And you can hopefully see the difference because I have framed this not as a prediction spread, which even I would be like a bit like, oof, that's tough, but as a practical advice for this week. What do I need to know? Then I can see each one as practical advice, and it absolutely will, and I know this to be true, acknowledging this, working with this, will improve my future. So give it a go, and don't forget there is a link to the crib sheets in the comments.